Back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the 1940 Britain campaign. Last episode was a little bit shorter. We had a quick convoy defense. I mean, it was a convoy battle. It was one transport we were defending. But one of our light cruisers defended one transport against a relatively small attack. It was our first look at the German destroyer design, which is remarkably similar to the O class that I had designed for the last episode, which are now building. And despite the large number of torpedoes available on the German light cruisers, HMS Melampus didn't have too much trouble and was able to actually hit the German light cruiser with some torps of her own, which is pretty gratifying because the AI is pretty good at avoiding torpedoes. But we've gotten some torpedo hits, not just in that battle, but in I think we had one of the earlier battles as well. Then there was also the torpedo hit in that off Ireland, where a British torpedo hit a British ship, and I shall endeavor not to do that again. Okay, on to June 1940. And we have another battle, which is located... Where is it? Oh, it's over in the Baltic. Apparently we've had some ships go over there for whatever reason. And this is just a straight up light cruiser versus light cruiser fight. Following the convoy defense we just did, I'm fairly optimistic about that. It's Melampus again. The battle generator tends to do that. Kind of once they pick a ship, they just keep sending it into battles. Looks like Melampus is the light cruiser favorite in the early going. And they're taking on the Thetis. Apparently already spotted at 13 kilometers. Let's head on over there. Which is apparently already within max range of 7-inch guns. Barely. I'm just going high explosive. And if we get a hit at this range, it's likely to be a ricochet. And with light cruiser armor, I mean, if it does pin, it might overpin. We got a pin right there with HE, so HE all the way. Both our cruisers and their cruisers have few bulkheads, so flooding is kind of a concern for both of us. Hit percentage creeping up, almost 4%. We are within their torpedo release range. Can't see if she's fired or not until after she's been identified. Which in itself, that's kind of unrealistic. So I kind of feel like sometimes we get too much information about enemy ships. But it is what it is. I'm not going to not look at it. I'm just turning just to kind of sharpen the angle. That's all. Just angling the belt, that's all. Are they running? are. I was thinking the distance wasn't closing very fast. And it isn't. We're only 2 knots faster. For top speed. And we're running about 3.5 knots faster at the moment. And just like I was saying, you know, at max bulkheads, it would have been just this one compartment, but with few bulkheads, it is spread to the one aft. Frankly, I'm pretty happy it didn't spread to this one here. Number of hits, roughly the same. However, we've done much more damage. I'm kind of attributing that to, I think the most likely explanation is that they're firing AP. There have been a number of ricochets, whereas we are firing HE. Of course, as I say that, they get a pin. So we're not getting ricochets, we're getting partial pins. That's my guess. There's another pin. Got a 62% chance. Let's try AP for a bit. Rudder's damaged, it's got a fire going, it's got some flooding going, just took some propulsion damage. She hasn't fired any more torpedoes recently. Range is still roughly the same. We've burned through a lot of ammo, but still have over 1,000 rounds. I'm pretty sure I put increased ammo on this thing. Whereas Thetis, if I'm not mistaken, has reduced ammo for guns. So we're in better shape for ammo if it gets to that point. Another good pop. Just had to slow to 24 knots. I think we can afford to kind of drop to cruise speed. Yeah, about 29. Still closing that way. Still faster than her. Standard torps are longer range, but they're not as scary as fast because they're not as fast. And they're also not as scary as the oxygen or the electric because those are the electric are slower, but they're pretty sneaky. You know, they don't become visible until close. And then the oxygen, I think those are kind of like, I didn't mean to shoot those. Those are just really long range. I don't want to be this close. The oxygen is really long range, and so they can be, you know, you get a big spread of those pickled off by somebody you've never even seen yet. You're looking at all the enemy ships, looks like you're okay, no one's launched, and then boom, a big old spread of oxygen torpedoes just appears out of nowhere. I think I saw in an earlier campaign, they've got like an over 20-kilometer range, which no one sees a destroyer at that kind of range. I need to maneuver. Nope, no I don't, because Thetis is done. Nice job, Melampus. Your second battle star. Another 1,000 VP. This war may be over before any of those new ships get built. Melampus took a little damage. Just 1 month. Double check, see if anyone needs to get moved. Don't think so. Okay, July. And the head of the German Navy, Dreadnoughts, has gotten in trouble with the Chancellor for spending too much money. I interpret that to mean that the German naval budget went to zero. Now he gets more money. He doesn't get fired immediately, but he took a pretty big prestige hit. We did that in the last campaign. I let it go to zero because I knew it was a prestige hit, but I didn't know how much. And so I let it go to zero just to see, and it's a 25-point pop. And I would have to guess that Dreadnoughts' prestige was already negative for the way things have been going. So at some point, especially if he lets the budget go to zero again, he might get fired. That does not mean the war ends. There will be a different head of the German Navy. But if it gets to a point where the head of the Navy is getting fired, you know, things aren't going well for the Germans. Okay, we have a convoy battle here up in the Kattegat, which is this portion of this passage. This is the Skagerrak, this is the Kattegat, tucked in here between Sweden and Denmark. And there's our buddy Melampus again, this time attacking a 7 transport convoy, defended by 2 light cruisers, and the R means reinforcing. There's some distance away. Melampus will get a chance to shoot up some transports before these 2 cruisers show up. So this is one of the things that we wanted to have a look at, to see about the change where now you get VP, victory points for transports. Just don't know how much. See how that works. I think I'm just going to run in there, sink some transports, and then exit. I'm not going to go chasing down light cruisers. I mean, if the obvious opportunity presents itself. But mainly I just want to see what happens with these transports and VP. I don't want to burn torpedoes on transports. Then the other aspect is, if I'm going to sink all these transports, I'm going to burn through some ammo. I may not have enough to adequately engage the light cruisers later. No, HE is fine for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The 2 light cruisers are already spotted. They're back over here. They weren't that far away. Okay. There's 1 merchant down. No, no. Keep all guns on merchants for now. Sink these things quick. Smoke up for the incoming unanswered 7-inch fire. It does hurt our accuracy a little bit. That's why in earlier battles I haven't always smoked up. It hurts your own accuracy as well. Actually, I don't even want to do any damage to the light cruisers, because that'll throw off the VP, and it'll be hard to tell how much we got for the transports and how much we got for damage to the cruisers. Somebody just fired. I don't know which one that is. Cologne just fired. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna... I think we've done what we need to do to see the victory point effect. You can just fire on that guy on your way out. Smoke up again. The game might still call this a defeat because it wanted me to sink all 7 of the transports. I am not that worried about it. Maybe I can loop around and come at the transports from the other way. They're not retreating, but they're not really closing either. And they're outside max range of their own torpedoes. I'm perfectly fine with that. They're not even firing at the moment. And they just started. Nope, this guy, Saxon. I don't think we have any torpedoes in the water. None of those compartments are permanently damaged. So we're dewatering just fine. Speed will be coming back up. who is 16 point. I'm not sure that's in range. It is not. All right, I'm gonna disengage. Okay. Well, we sank 6 of the 7. It may call that a defeat. I don't. Did we do any damage? Okay. Cologne took 0 damage, and Groudon's. So we should get 0 VP from cruisers. Any VP we get is from those 6 transports. 58. So that'll vary a little bit with damage, but roughly it looks like you can expect, I don't know, what is that? Nine? 9.5 victory points per transport. It's not huge, but it's more than we were getting before the patch. Yeah. 0 damage taken. It'll, you know, like one went down after only 1.2k. Another took 3.3k to sink, and that's just, you know, how fast they flood. All right. I think that will do for this episode. Melampus is seeing some action. And maybe she'll see some more in August. See you next time. Thank you for watching.